Hey guys, and welcome to Let's Play Magic the Gathering with X2X. Shut my door and get this going. I got a couple requests to do some draft events from friends of mine and whatever, just because I guess I wouldn't call myself the best Magic player, my friends, but I am decent. So here's super quick information. See if I can get my words out. Number one, I'm not a pro Magic player. Number two, disingenuous comments will be deleted immediately. So if you guys want to make suggestions and stuff like that about how I'm playing or what I'm doing, please go ahead and do that. I love when people tell me things that I could have done better. Please keep it positive. Number three, I'm not a pro player. Do not expect me to make pro decisions and make pro plays. If you're here to see a professional Magic the Gathering player play pre-release M13 events, I think ultimately you should go to channelfireball.com and watch LSV Conley Woods play, seeing as how they're professional Magic the Gathering players, and I'm just some scrub who probably doesn't even have 100 Planeswalker points. If you don't know what Magic's about, this video is going to be ultimately confusing, so maybe I'll release some how-to guides if this video does well. We'll see. We're just waiting for the thing to pop in, so I thought the queues to actually begin, so I actually thought I would sit down and be like, here's what's going to happen, whatever. So I'm not going to play Sealed, I'm going to play Draft. They're going to be Swiss queues because this is a pre-release event for M13. I decided to go with the core set because it's a little bit easier to understand. And we'll go ahead and go from there. So for those of you who do know what Magic the Gathering is, this is it's the 28th, I think, of July. Yeah, it's the 28th of July, and I'm going to pop in a draft queue here. Hopefully it'll fire pretty quickly. Oh, the event is full. There we go. Alright. Draft queue's gonna fire, and we'll get to drafting. I'll be pausing and going from there based off of what we see. So here we have a couple of difference in the picks. We have a Harbor Bandit, which is a pretty decent card if you want to go blue-black. Flames of the Firebrand, I feel like, is probably one of the stronger cards in the pack. Fungal Sprouting is pretty great if we're going to go green. I'm not 100% sure if I like green. White Attendant is definitely notable. Scroll Thief and Archaeomancer are probably the two of the better cards in the pack. I kind of want to use red as a support color, and so I don't want to go into black if I don't have to, unless there's strong removal. So I think we're going to go ahead and snap up Flames of the Firebrand here and see what else comes. It keeps us the most open because this is a highly splashable card. I think probably there's an argument to be made for taking Scroll Thief or Attendant Knight here, but the pack itself is kind of weak. Maybe Guardians of Akrasta is worth a look as well. But we're going to take Flames of the Firebrand and see what comes our way. So we got a Mog Flunkies, which is always disappointing to see. The rare in the pack got drafted out, and we have to keep in mind that we passed some very playable blue cards. However, Encrust is removal, and I do really like blue in this set, but Rummaging Goblin is just a Merfolk looter, and I feel like in core sets, taking the Merfolk looter is going to be really worth a lot here. There are other cards of note. Fairy Invaders, have been really happy with how this card's been playing in Sealed. I really like it. Ranger's Path is definitely what green wants to do. Crusader of Ordric is a solid man for white, especially if you can combine him with some of the other effects that work off of humans, like the 2/1 Flyer, Captain's Call, etc. I think we're going to ship it. I think we're going to keep the Rummaging Golem and try to stay in red. I think it's really important to cut a color, so we're going to do that. And obviously we get burned for it. So we have Unsummon here, which we've already been passing a lot of really good blue. Battle of Wits is in there, which isn't really worth mentioning because there's no way we can rock 200 cards unless we rock land, and that'd be super trollish. Boundless Realms is fine, I suppose. When you're at 7 land, searching out X basic land cards, where X is the number of lands you control, so it's like 7 lands for 7 lands. I mean, if I had a Fireball, this would be great. The Knight of Infamy is really worth taking a look. He's really, really exceptional. I really like how these knights play against each other, and red-black is an archetype I really like to play. I think Unsummon may be the strongest card here, but if I have to, I'm just going to splash the Prey Upon. I don't know if that's correct. There's also a Murder. We're getting a lot of black signals that black is quite open, so maybe Murder is the better choice. It's really going to be hard. This is actually a tough pack for me. I think I'd rather be in black right now, so I'm going to take the Murder. I don't know if that's a mistake or not. So again, we're getting cut pretty heavy on red, but we have a choice here. There's a... Wow, I got burnt on that Prey Upon really badly. Sentinel Spider is an awesome man. He's really good. And I don't think I can take Mark of the Vampire or the 1-for-1 or 2-for-1. I liked how Essence Shatter played in Sealed, and Fog Blank is really nice. It's kind of a Guard Gomazoa thing going on. Jebedite Tomb is worth taking a look, but I think I'd have to be green with a lot of acceleration to justify that. But I'm going to snap up this Sentinel Spider just because it's way too powerful, and I really can't afford to give that up. We get past another Unsummon, hey? And an Essence Drain. Yeah, with this much left in the pack, I'm pretty happy to take the removal. Basically what we have right now is 3 pieces of removal. I don't really like Blood Reckoning, and Unsummon is definitely, I would say, the most powerful card in this pack. It's a shame I didn't get in on the blue, but that's what's going to happen. So Vile Rebirth, I suppose, is, take a look. We have another M10 land, but the M10 lands aren't great. Tricks is fine, I suppose. Reckless Brute is good if you're planning on being very aggressive. There's also an Attendant Knight, which means somebody obviously is not respecting the fact that white is really good. I think I'm probably, considering there aren't really a lot of reasons to take Vile Rebirth. I mean, a Fire Elemental is a Fire Elemental, you know, and it's in a color I want to play, and I would like to continue to cut red. So here, Wild Guest is really good. We have Courtly Pursuer, Courtly Provocateur. Anyway, we got Holy Crucible, a Hellion Crucible. It's a very good value card. I'm very, very conflicted between taking the Hellion Crucible here and the Wild Guess. Wild Guess, it's just so much value, especially when you have bombs, even though we don't necessarily have any. I don't know what the correct pick is here. For sure I like drawing cards, and for sure, but I feel like a 4/4 every 2 turns is just going to be unbelievably good. I think I'm going to take Hellion Crucible there. I'm not 100% sure if I'm convinced that that is the right pick there. So we have Naturalize, which is fine. There aren't a lot of... War Falcon, I can't believe that's still in the pack. People are heavily underrating that card. It's way, way too good. Downpour is also really great for tempo, and then I think probably I'll just ship the Disentomb and hate out well, maybe the War Falcon. I think we're going to be pretty vulnerable to flyers, and I mean, this is another tough one. This is my first draft in the format, so I'm not 100% sure. Man, the Scroll Thief came back, and the Harbor Bandit came back. Wow. That's fucking crazy. Well, I don't think I can let a Scroll Thief wander through. I mean, maybe I should take the Harbor Bandit, but I don't see us playing blue, and a 2/2 that doesn't do it, like a vanilla 2/2, just is not as good as a Scroll Thief. So obviously we're gonna take that. So here we have Cauterize, which we're not gonna play. We have Clock of Omens. This is our original pack. Essentially, what we yield out of it is total garbage. So I guess I'll take the Harbor Serpent. We may end up just splashing our black. It's hard to tell at this point. I guess I'll take the red card for signaling purposes, and the Serpent's Gift because this is actually just removal. If you look, it's instant speed removal. People don't get it. The Pillar Field Ox because it's only playable in Defiant Favor. So pack 1 was alright. We did get a bunch of good removal. I would have preferred that this was a turn to slag, but we got a Looter and a Flames of the Firebrand, plus a Fire Elemental, as well as a Murder and an Essence Drain. So, I mean, the Scroll Thief is really good. I think people underrate this card. If we can pick up like a super late Tricks of the Trade, this guy becomes essentially a 3/3 unblockable, draws us a card every turn, which is just turns this guy into Shadow Mage Infiltrator. But we'll see with the next pack. So we got a Faith Reward open, which is a really nice white card that we're not going to play. Encrust, Essence Drain, Warclamp Mastiff, Fairy Invaders, Index. I feel like if we're going to play blue, But we have to choose right now between the costly removal, which only gets a 3/3, and then the removal which only gets us a tapped creature. Acidic Slime is probably worth taking a look at. We do have pretty decent green, although I still think Fungal Sprout is a pretty good card. I'm not sure what the good pick here is. I wonder if blue isn't a better combination. We're probably going to be cutting blue because we passed that early Fairy Invaders. And we already have the 2 black removal spells. I think you could probably make a pretty good argument for taking Encrust here, but I'm going to go with Essence Drain even though I haven't been very happy with black. So we got a Bloodhunter Bat, we got a Prey Upon, we got a Searing Spear, which is probably the pick 3 damage target creature or player. I mean, removal is removal, right? Mark of Thune, but we're not in white, so that's not going to be good. There's a Show of Valor, Guardian Lines, lots of Dirtles in this pack, another Crusader Orgic, which probably means somebody's going to get pretty filthy off of white. This guy's also pretty nasty. There's a Prey Upon, which obviously is really good, but I'm just going to take the Searing Spear because Incinerate's Incinerate. So here I have a choice between essentially a Rummaging Goblin, a Merfolk Looter, or a Turn to Slag. I really think I'm going to take the Turn to Slag. I mean, there's fucking awesome green cards in this, but the Sentinel Spider, Moani is amazing if you can get the bomb. There's another Archaeomancer. There's a Mind Rot, but I've never liked Mind Rot, especially not when Turn to Slag is just a Turn to Slag. So we're just going to keep going on the blowing up all of their things, and yeah, maybe we'll get a Rummaging Goblin back. I could see people not understanding that that is a good card in this first draft here. So let's see, we got a Torch Fiend, we got Diabolic Revelation, which I played yesterday and wasn't happy with, and then we have a Divine Verdict, which should not be in the pack unless this pack was frickin' stacked. At this point, I'm not really sure if I want the Hulkster, Hulkamania here, or if I want to take a Dirtly 2/2, or if I want to take the Revelation. I don't feel like this card gets there. I had it yesterday and I wasn't happy with it, and this guy fits my curve, but I think I'd rather have the Dirtle with the upside than the Dirtle with the nothing. I don't know if that's right, if I should just splash that, but I'm going to take the Torch Fiend, try to stay more heavier in red. We got a Krenko's Command here, which is really nice. We have Crippling Blight, which I think might just be the pick. Passing all these Bloodhunter Bats really sucks. Eventually we're going to have to take some creatures here. Let's take a look at what we got, because I don't think I'm playing any of that stuff. So we got a land, we have 3 creatures right now. So Crippling Blight, I think I'm just going to take Old Bloody over here. He's good at tempo, and I like flyers. I would take the Ring if we had betters. I mean, maybe Krenko's Command is a little bit better than the Bloodhunter Bat at this point, but I think Bloody is going to do us well. Oh my god. Why are we not playing Blue Gentleman? There's also a Water Courser in there. Well, I'm going to take the Dragon Hatchling. I mean, it does what we want to do, which is fly over people and kill them, especially with all our removal. I'm not too happy about doing that. Obviously, we're going to take another Drake Hatchling. Even though he doesn't necessarily seem like it, a 0/1 flyer I think is still better than a 2/2 ground pounder. Somebody's getting filthy in this draft. And I used to think it was us. So we got Bloodthrone Vampire, Archaeomancer, another Scroll Thief. And this pick I'm not sure of. I feel like Flunkies might be the pick. I don't think we have... I mean, if I had that Krenko's Command, I'd be more inclined to take Bloody. The Bloody Iron, the Bloody Vampire here. But I think I'm just going to take Mog Flunkies and be happy that I was able to get it. I want a 1/1. Man, guys, this is Timberwolves. I could take this to protect myself against Mill, but I think I'm probably going to play the Arsonist every game. Here we're going to... I guess we'll just hate out the Trick, even though I don't think anybody's playing it. Look at this. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. We got this guy back. Guys, it's a Merfolk Looter. There's an Archaeomancer in there, too. Naturalizer Hulk. We'll take the Hulkamania. I don't know if we're playing him or not, but, man, I can't believe I got that that Rummaging Goblin back. These guys, like, you don't think about it, but, like, this guy is your answer to Flood, and Red has, like... Traditionally, Red has, like, so few draw elements that the draw elements that they're giving Red just seem so incredibly strong. Right now we have 1, 2... 3, 4, 5. I mean, we got six decent removal cards. The mana is going to be a little bit wonky just because of Murder, but all of this is 1 and Yeah, I think we're doing okay. You know, if we go like, if we get a turn where we go, well, yeah. If we get a turn where we go like Goblin Arcelus, Mawg Flunkies, with something to follow it up, I think we're doing pretty good. Let's see if we can open fucking Chandra here, hey? Let's open Chandra or Black Bomb. Well, Glacial Fortress. That's sort of like Chandra, right? So, obvious pacifism is really, really great. I really want to stay away from splashing. I've been really hurt by it in the past, so I think I'm just going to ship it. This is a pretty unimpressive pack for us, considering that we can't really afford to take, obviously, some of the best. I think probably the best card in the pack is Pacifism, followed by Sentinel Spider. In the green-red deck, this guy would be really nasty. Duty Bound Dead, I think, is probably what we're going to take just for the one drop. I don't know if that's correct. Maybe Sign and Blood is a little bit better. I hate taking the double. I had this exact deck yesterday in Sealed. Very, very similar. Maybe the Drake Hatchling is a little bit better, but I'm going to take the Duty Bound Dead just for curve's sake and see if we can't do a little bit better. So we have Mindclaw Shaman. When he enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You may cast instant or sorcery card from it without paying its mana cost. So that guy seems like he's a bit of fun. There's a Chandra's Fury and nothing to speak of in black, which means I think black is being cut. But we can stay heavily red. So this guy, here is his hand, and if there's instant or sorcery in it, so he can miss or get filthy. This is really great against tokens. We have, right now we have 11 creatures, but nothing really great. I don't know if Mindclaw is better than the Fury. That's a tough pick. I feel like this guy could get us really good value because he's essentially, if it's a good instant or sorcery that we hit, he's a 2-for-1 always. Whereas this guy, unless they have 1/1s, is not. You know what? I'm gonna take the Mindclaw Shaman just to see how it plays because I know how the other one plays. So we have a Dirtly Dirtle here. We have a Reliquary Tower, which doesn't actually do anything. We have a Vile Rebirth, which is so-so. A Windrake, strongest card in the pack, probably. And then we have a Hill Giant. Let's give us a cost sort here. So I think maybe Hilly. We're 19 playables right now with Phyrexia in there. The Rebirth is just a 2/2 for 1 mana. With a condition now, we'll just take the Candy Minotaur. So we get a Chandra's Fury. I was really happy with this guy. Giant Scorpion seems like it might be a little bit better, but it's just better for the curve right now. It's hard. You know, sometimes Chandra's Fury is just like the sickest. There's so many Archaeomancers getting shipped, and that's like double Windrake plus. I could have had a really nice blue deck if I had been paying attention. This guy, I had two guys to turn him on yesterday, and he ended up winning me every match that I activated him, so I was happy with that. This guy acts like sort of a Dirtle removal spell, and I'm going to take him over Fury. I mean, maybe I'll get the Scorpion back, and I won't get the Fury back. I mean, worst case Ontario, I get either the Candyman or the Zombie Goliath, which sort of does what I want to do with the Scorpion, so I think I'll just take the Fury. So we got Goblin Battle Jester. Gem of Becoming for land searches. We've got a ring that doesn't work for us. Crippling Blight, which I'd like to play preferably over the Jester, and I think I might get Jester back. Most likely I'll get like Blood Throne back, worst case scenario. So there's the Krenko's Command that I wanted to combo with. That's the 3rd Warfalcon I've seen. God, could you get filthy with that. This is another dual land, but again, M10 dual lands are worth about like a 1/10 of a ticket. I'll take the Krenko's Command. I'll take the Giant Scorpion. Man, Divination. And the Warclap Menace. Well, man, this... So the Crimson Muckwater, I think, for a 3/2 Regenerator is going to be fine. I don't know if I should take it over Fiery here. I mean, I don't really have many finishers that are fat. So maybe the second Fire Element is good. I'm just going to take the Muck Dweller. I'm in an archetype that I really didn't want to be playing again, unfortunately. So here it's pretty easy. Just bye-bye Flyer. I do feel, in a way, like I'm a bit in the wrong colors, but I guess we'll see we'll see what happens. I mean, the double Rubbagey Goblin, I think, is going to help us do some good things. And I have pretty good removal, enough removal, I think, where I can tempo people out. I wish I had more flyers. That's going to be a problem if somebody in here got really filthy with flyers, but I mean, I got the 2 Drake Hatchlings, which I mean, I'm not going to say I'm jumping for joy over it, but I mean, worst case Ontario, we're going to have to side in this. I mean, let's see, we got one removal spell. Yeah, so I got the Canyon Minotaur or the Zombie Goliath back, and I think for the cost, I think the Hill Giant is just better. And we got the Battle Jester back, so there you go. We're definitely not. I'll take Kindled Fury because it is kind of a silly trick if people aren't paying attention. So I got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 removal spells. So I guess we could tempo out pretty good. I tend to be attracted to these type of decks where it's just like I take removal first over everything, and then unless there's like a bomb there for me to take. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the video there, call that the draft video, and then we'll be back for deck construction. Hey guys, and welcome back to Magic the Gathering Online with me, X-Poo-X. So we're gonna do some deck construction here, get a lot of the cards in there. So do this the way I like to do it. Alright, Arsonist, Torchfiend, Flunkies, Hatchling, Spear, Krankos, Muckwater, Flames, Goblin, Minotaur, Jester, Fury, Mudclaw, Fire Elemental, Turn to Slag. Alright, we got 26 playables as the eye sees it. Let's go cost sort, converted mana cost. Alright, we need to make some cuts. So I need to make essentially 2 cuts. We'll take out one of the Canyon Dirtles. I think I'll leave Battle Jester in because he might be able to get filthy, but I don't know. I mean, maybe. I got 15 creatures right now, and I hate being under creatured a lot. I mean, maybe Krankos Command doesn't get in there. I don't know. That might be just straight up incorrect. So let's go to your. Let's add some land. See what Moto suggests. I think I'm gonna go for 7/9. Let's see. I need double swamp on 3, but I don't need double red until Fire Elemental. So let's go 8/8/1. 8/8/1, 15 creatures. How many spells do we got in here? We got the Searing Spear, we have Crippling Blight. Hold on, Crippling Blight. Murder, Flames of the Firebrand. We have Chandra's Fury, Turn to Slag, Double Essence Drain. I do wish that we had some more card draw here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 spells, 15 creatures, and 17 land. 6, 7, 8. Alright, I think that's it. I think that's what I'm going to play. So, yeah, I'll see you guys for, I'm going to submit, and I'll see you guys for round 1. Alright.